Welcome to the 2017 inaugural broadcast of the CNC NBA Factory. I'm Corey.
And I'm Carter.
So, today we want to talk a little NBA. We will definitely focus on the Timberwolves. But first thing, we'd like to just kind of review the 2017 NBA Draft. And after seeing the Summer League events going on, kind of give our opinion on it, right?
Yeah.
Should we start?
We should.
All right. Pick number 1 was Markelle Fultz. He was picked by the 76ers, which was from Brooklyn, from Boston. Everyone get that?
I think they did.
So I think this is a no-brainer pick. I like Markelle Fultz. I think he fits great in Philadelphia. Your thoughts, Carter?
It's a great pick. I'm still not sure exactly why the Celtics, Danny Ainge actually, would trade this pick.
Because they love Jason Tatum. But we'll get to that later, right?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
All right, pick number 2, another point guard, Lonzo Ball, 6'6", out of UCLA, another freshman, going to the Lakers, taking over for D'Angelo Russell. I think you and I have watched him in the Summer League. He got the MVP. I think he's going to be a really good player. I think he's going to be kind of a poor man's Jason Kidd. I think you and I used the analogy, correct?
Yeah, we have to use the Jason Kidd, where he's a guy that probably be about like 16 and 10.
Which is nothing to sneeze about. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, that's definitely very good numbers.
Let's talk about the moves that came before this, or did they come afterwards? They came right before the dumping of D'Angelo Russell, former number 2 pick, the dumping of the Timofey Mozgov gross contract of about $15 million a year to the Brooklyn Nets. I think it was a move that needed to be done. I don't think, in all honesty, I was never a huge fan of D'Angelo Russell. But if I'm the Nets and I have to give up not very much to get them,
27th pick and Brook Lopez,
and basically eat those salaries, I'd do it, wouldn't you?
Oh, of course. And I still think there's possibility that with a team like Brooklyn, D'Angelo Russell could really become something.
Agreed. I just don't think he's very athletic. I don't think he's really... I don't know what he is. You know who he reminds me of, Carter?
Who?
Evan Turner, kind of. You know, when Evan Turner came out, they thought he might be able to play point guard, play this, play that. He wasn't a great shooter. He wasn't overly athletic. He was good at lots of things, but great at nothing. And now he comes off the bench at Portland.
And with an awful contract.
That was terrible.
The entire team is awful contracts.
All right, pick number 4. Pick number 3, Boston Celtics. They selected small forward Jason Tatum out of Duke. Carter, how many small forwards can Boston have on a team?
I don't know. They're trying to find like the next coming of LeBron.
He's 6'7", 200-some pounds.
He's
not the next coming of LeBron.
Well, and the thing is, they've been focused on like small forwards this entire time, and they took Jaylen Brown. You just took Tatum. You've been looking for Hayward and Paul George, and Jimmy Butler, who would probably play small forward for you.
So, we like Jason Tatum, right?
Yep.
We just don't understand what Danny Ainge is doing in Boston right now. Right?
Just trying to accumulate the most assets possible.
Yeah, but you need to have assets that are over 6'7" tall and can play more than one position, right?
He is literally trying to recreate an NBA 2K simulation by getting almost all the picks possible that he can.
But not the right players, though, right?
Oh, not the right players at all.
I would have thought they should have gone with Markelle Fultz. That's just me.
So do I.
But
you only see talent like this once in a while, I think, so far.
Yeah, he looked pretty solid. All right, let's go to pick number 4. Phoenix Suns took small forward Josh Jackson. This is the first pick I don't like. Not that he's the right player, I guess, at this time. I just don't think he's going to be that good in the NBA. So, in watching him in the Summer League, not much of a jump shot, not much of an offensive player besides dunking. He's good defensively, but keep in mind, this is the 4th pick overall. I don't think this will be a good pick.
And not only that, when you get a tech in Summer League, I don't think that's a good indicator of the character you might have in the
NBA. That's a great point, Carter. There's already been character issues with him.
I mean, you've told me about how, he supposedly beats a woman, or
I
did?
Threatened to beat up a woman,
Okay.
I think the story was,
And I hadn't even heard about that, but once I'd seen the, tech, I'm like, okay, yeah, this totally could have happened.
Wow. Pick number 5, De'Aaron Fox, point guard to the Sacramento Kings.
I love this.
I love this too.
I don't even think De'Aaron Fox will become like this ultra super great point guard. I just love this because the Sacramento Kings did not screw up for once.
Kings really had a great draft, didn't they?
They did. Vivek Ranadive might actually have changed.
Someone else must have been doing it. Not Vlade. All right.
No, Vivek Ranadive.
Oh, yes. Thank
The
you.
owner of the Kings.
Well, I mean, he's just having Vlade do whatever Vlade does.
I think Vlade does whatever Vivek tells him to do.
All right. Let's look at pick number 6, where things get interesting from a Minnesota perspective. The Orlando Magic select small forward, power forward, Jonathan Isaac. Wolves wanted this guy. I wanted this guy, didn't you?
Yeah, but I say what we got is better.
That's a good point. So, cheers to Mr. Isaac. I hope everything goes well. But I think we did better. All right. So, after a quick timeout, let's talk about the number 7 pick, which was originally from the Minnesota Timberwolves, which was later on traded to Chicago Bulls, was Lauri Markkanen, a 7-foot Finnish power forward / center 3-point shooting specialist. Now, the conversations you and I had, Carter, we liked his outside shooting, and that was about all we liked out of him, right?
Yeah, not a lot of defense, which wasn't something.
Not a lot of defense might be an understatement of the year. I think the word is no defense. He really brought nothing except shooting and wasn't overly athletic, not very good rebounder. Even in college, I mean, I remember watching him play, and he's playing the power forward position where like a 6'9" guy is playing the center. It's like when you're 7 feet in college, you're usually a center, right?
Yeah.
Anyhow, so the big trade here was the number 7 pick, the Chris Dunn, last year's number 5 pick, and Zach LaVine, the number 13 pick, I believe, a couple of years ago, for Jimmy Butler, All-Star, All-NBA, All-Defensive, on the Olympic team, and the 16th pick, which turned out to be Justin Patton.
Who broke his foot.
It's a great move, right?
Oh, yeah.
Minus the fact Patton proceeded to get hurt.
We still would have liked it even if we didn't.
Yeah, we still would have done the trade anyhow. Who are we kidding, right?
Yeah.
All right, so from a Bulls perspective, that's a terrible trade.
But I do gotta say that Lauri Markkanen, I hope he isn't the bust that almost all European power forwards that can shoot now are.
He wasn't much in the summer league, that's for sure.
I didn't think he was European, but then we're looking at the Wikipedia page. He's Finnish, so
yeah. All right, so this is the part of the draft where things get interesting. At this point, Malik Monk has fallen, where we thought he'd go higher. But with the number 8 pick, the New York Knicks take point guard Frank Ntilikina.
Ntilikina? We'll just call him Frank the Tank, remember?
Frank the Tank is a bad pick.
Yep.
He's not ready, and I believe Dennis Smith Jr. wanted nothing to do with the Knicks, I heard.
Does anyone want anything to do with the Knicks anymore?
No.
Exactly. Any good player does not want in.
Mm-hmm.
Though I do find it funny how on the Rudy Gobert made this joke how the bust potential goes up 50% because he's European.
Very true, though.
It's,
the problem is, it usually is true that they do bust from the European.
Yep, European players are a big...
European bigs? Let's see. Andre Bargnani, Nikola Shevchenko. We could go on and on, in all honesty.
Yes, after Dirk, it's kind of become...
It's Dirk, and there's really nobody else. Jan Vesley.
As of right now, I could say Kristaps is good, but if he still played in the Knicks with Jackson, he probably would never become like an all-star like I think he can.
All right. So, the next pick, we love this pick. Dennis Smith Jr., the point guard from North Carolina State, to the Dallas Mavericks. And watch him in the Summer League.
He's looked fantastic.
He did. I mean, there have been rumors that he has a bit of an attitude. But that's okay. Sometimes you want a little attitude, right?
Yep.
And I think he showed flashes of the athleticism, the drive. I think this is a great pick for the Mavericks. How about you?
I think the Mavericks really were just looking to get either Smith Jr. or Frank. I mean, there were rumors that they were going for Frank, but I think they were just as happy that Smith Jr. hadn't gone yet.
I think they're more than happy. I think they made...
Especially now with the Summer League.
Right. All right, pick number 10. The Sacramento Kings selected Zach Collins, but that proceeded to go to the Portland Trailblazers.
For pick 15 and pick 20.
I think this was a terrible move by the Trailblazers.
He doesn't look ready yet.
He's 6'11", and what does he do? He's a backup in Gonzaga.
That's what I mean. He doesn't look ready at all.
No.
Their later pick has done more so far.
Agreed.
Though I do like this trade from the Kings' perspective.
From the Kings' perspective, this was a great trade, I thought. All right, pick number 11 was Malik Monk, the shooting guard out of Kentucky, a freshman. I like this pick a lot. How about you, Carter?
I like it too. A lot of people could have seen him going in the top, I guess, from the Magic.
Anything from 5 on, right?
I was thinking more from the Magic's pick 6 because I thought the top 5 were kind of guaranteed.
Yep.
Just switching around Tatum, Jackson, and Fox. But, he went really low in the draft, and many people were surprised, especially Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons loves this guy. I think
He's
it
in
came
love
out
with
he
him.
was a little dinged up, if I recall, wasn't he?
I believe so. That's what you hear everything
But
about
there's
Fox.
so much tape on him. It's like, oh well. All right, so number 12, and I did not like this pick at all.
I think this is where the drop-off happens in the draft.
I think this is, there's some players here that have done well.
So far,
Luke Kennard, shooting guard, went to the Detroit Pistons. He's a Duke sophomore. And in the Summer League, he's looked great. This is where I think, though, that sometimes people people do very well in the Summer League, but probably it will not translate to the NBA.
Except for Damian Lillard.
Well, yes.
And this especially seems dumb because all their moves to later get shooting guards. Sending Langston Galloway and then trading for Avery Bradley.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to see how that one plays out. That one's to be determined. So far, he definitely had the outside stroke, so you need that. All right, pick number 13. This guy was very impressive in the Summer League. It was Donovan Mitchell. He was traded. He was the Denver Nuggets' original pick, but he was traded to the Utah Jazz.
I didn't get this move from Denver.
What did Denver get for him?
They traded They got Trey Lyles and a later pick, which they proceeded to take a power forward with.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I think it was I don't know what pick it was, 24. They took Tyler Lydon.
Ew, that's a bad pick.
Bad trade.
Yeah.
Trey Lyles isn't even gonna.
Trey Lyles was already out of the rotation in Utah. 1 year he was good. Next year he wasn't so good. Third year he's traded.
Even with Kenneth Reed, he would have been the backup, but now he's the third stringer with Paul Millsap.
Right, good point.
And you're right, Donovan Mitchell has looked great. And I know we're talking about Summer League. We totally went on our opinion with Kennard, but a lot of these players so far have looked good, but I don't know what it is about Kennard. We just don't like it, do we?
No. All right, now, I will be fully honest. The 14th pick was Bam Adebayo, center out of Kentucky. He went to the Heat.
I love this.
I didn't know a ton about him. I'm not going to lie. He has impressed me. He put up great numbers, but besides just putting up the numbers, he definitely showed good rebounding, good athleticism. His offensive game isn't there yet, but most big men, their offensive game is not there yet. But I like this pick a lot. He just seems athletic, goes and gets the ball. I think this is a great pick by the Heat. I think Pat Riley should be very, very happy with this. Thoughts, Carter?
I love this. Honestly, I probably would have liked it if the Heat had taken really anyone they wanted, because Pat Riley somehow would have made them look great.
Good point. I would have been really happy if Bam would have gone 16th to the Timberwolves.
I would have loved that, but I just want to take a moment and look at the players that the Heat have really made into. They took Deion Waiters, made him into something credible. James Johnson had a revival.
Yep, agreed.
Hassan Whiteside still looks great. Goran Dragic is maybe an all-star snub.
Yeah, but he was good in Phoenix, too.
Well, I know, but still.
There's definitely some excellent player development down in Miami.
I wonder what it's going to do for Kelly Olynyk. Probably not a lot.
Probably have him get a haircut. 15th pick. Portland Trail Blazers traded to Sacramento Kings, Justin Jackson, small forward of North Carolina.
Now, he's the guy that rose a lot from the North Carolina's run in the March Madness tournament.